What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Now kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy. Man, I gotta say shout out to y'all, man. Everybody showing love, gang. I appreciate y'all liking, subscribing, commenting. We've been doing numbers this month already early. And you know I'm gonna keep the bangers coming. They don't stop, man. So shout out to y'all, and y'all keep locking in with me. We got more big news today, man. We know that LSU transfer Hailey Lith already hit the portal, but she has scheduled her first official visit of this transfer season. She will be going to Starkville, Mississippi to visit Mississippi State, an SEC school, a team that her squad at LSU lost to last season. This is nuts. One thing is certain, though. The Bulldogs have lost multiple players, multiple guards to the transfer portal. They're in desperate need of backcourt help. Hailey Lith can go and be the number one option instantly for that squad in the backcourt. Also, another transfer from LSU has entered the portal, man. Janae Kent. Now, this is the second freshman. They have lost half of their 2023 freshman class. Kim Mulkey's talking a little bit about what's going on, so we're going to hear from her as well. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. Join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
It was not the dream season that we all thought was going to be at LSU this season, man. When Hailey Lith and Anissa Morrow first announced they were going there, it looked like LSU was going to have a super team with Flau'jae Johnson as well as Angel Reese. It didn't work out how we expected. Hailey Lith lost minutes throughout the season to Last Terpoa. She struggled, only averaged a couple point percentages of assists, man. She went up like 0.3 assists. She was supposed to be going there to play the point guard position. She ended up getting exposed throughout the entire season on the defensive side of the basketball. Offenses were steadily attacking her, putting Hailey Lith on an island and going to work. She struggled to fit in that Kim Mulkey system. She failed. I mean, I'm not going to say she failed, but I will say this. She failed to live up to the hype there, and it was a situation where I don't know if she was put in a position to succeed. I'm not going to say that it was Hailey Lith's total fault that it didn't work out at LSU. I'm not saying that because Kim Mulkey and this staff could have put her in better positions to succeed. And just looking at it, man, across the board, other than assist, everything pretty much dropped stat-wise. We saw her have that sensational junior season where she averaged 19.7 a game at Louisville. She ended up deciding to leave, and I think then she was like a fringe first-round draft pick, you know what I'm saying, potential All-American. She could have had a humongous senior season, a huge season under Coach Walls in Louisville if she would have came back. But she made the move to LSU, and there was lots of struggles, man, throughout the season with turnovers, her finding her rhythm within this offense. We saw her have some big games, especially in the SEC tournament against Tennessee. We saw what happened and what she was capable of when they were all locked in as one, but Hailey Lith never really fit on this team from a standpoint of being on the court, man. The team always looked better with Last Terpoa, and she had to make a decision. She made a business decision that she needed another year to get right, and she needed a fresh start to be her, and that's what Kim Mulkey alluded to. Mulkey said, quote, "She realized I need another year, and I need to go back to a place where I can relax and get back to my normal position." Look, man, it's a lot of eyes on you at LSU. It's a lot of pressure, and it's not like playing for just any regular old university, man. You are must-watch TV every night, heavily criticized, playing against players like Angel Reese as well as Flau'jae Johnson. You're the defending national champions. That's a lot of pressure. It could break anybody. Everybody's not built for that. Some people are just trying to hoop. You know what I'm saying? And Hailey Van Lith brought a big following of her own. But now she's looking elsewhere. In her first visit, big-time Mississippi State, who was in need of immediate backcourt help. They were middle of the pack in the SEC last year, finished 8-8 in SEC play. They didn't make the NCAA tournament. They had an early exit in the SEC tournament, which, kind of killed their season and led them to play in another postseason tournament. Now, this is an opportunity. I know I mentioned personally Stanford and Iowa. Those were two programs that should go after Hailey Van Lith that could also use immediate backcourt help. But maybe, if she wants to stay in the South, I think, going up against South Carolina again and going up against LSU, your former team, that's a tough slate right there in itself. We know how tough this SEC conference is, man. You still got to deal with Ole Miss, Auburn solid. Like, there's a lot of programs. Alabama's going to be back possibly. You know what I'm saying? Arkansas's obviously going to be in a rebuild. But there's a lot of tough. And you got Kenny Brooks at Kentucky now. Like, there's a lot of tough matchups night in and night out. I don't know if the SEC is the right move. But at Mississippi State, if she did decide to go there, she would have many opportunities to have the ball in her hand, to really get active. They are returning some talent. It's not like they're losing everything. You know what I'm saying? They're still returning some of their top players. But on the other end, it's like they've lost a lot of talent to the portal as well, man. They're returning some, but they got to figure out what's going on with the roster. But they also will be hosting former South Carolina guard, former Kentucky guard now, Anaya Russell, also going to be on the visit. She averaged 10 points a game last year for Kentucky. With their head coach getting the boot, she hit the portal as well. So if Mississippi State can land both of these players, it would rebuild the backcourt pretty quickly, man. I think Hailey Van Lith still has some upside. She still got some stuff to prove, but we know she can score the basketball. And that's what she can get back to. Really, really just focusing on her offense, and also just putting in work on the defensive end this offseason, man. She's got to be in the gym, working on the speed, working on that burst, working on that lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? She's got to be somewhat of a defender out there, because right now she's a liability, and that's not what you want. So I think that'll be the main focus, but we know she can shoot the rock. She can get to her shots. When she's aggressive, she's at her best, man, just with the basketball in her hand, pick and roll, getting downhill in transition. Let's not forget who Hailey Van Lith is now, man. I know it was a down season, and it didn't quite live up to expectations, but let's not forget, let's not be disrespectful here. I think that would be a big pickup, but I'm sure she's going to take some other visits as well, so we'll keep monitoring that situation, but it's just tough. And then on top of that, LSU also loses two of their freshmen, Angelica Valise as well as Janae Kent. Both freshmen hitting the portal, didn't play a whole lot of minutes this year. And they had the number one ranked class with Alea Del Rosario as well as Michaela Williams. These four were the 2023 number one ranked class of the nation. And after one season, Kim Mulkey loses half of that freshman class. But we know they are going to go hard in that portal for sure. These aren't major losses, but you need as much depth as you can get. And Kent did start against South Carolina. I'm just saying, she was getting some minutes down the stretch there. Valise really was going to have to wait her turn another year, to be honest. I didn't really see her cracking this rotation this upcoming season either. They're obviously going hard in the portal. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting some big names. They're in the running for some big names. We keep hearing Talia Scott. We know they already got one Arkansas guard on the roster. Y'all check my last video. We did that whole breakdown with Jersey. But, man, something to monitor. LSU didn't have a whole lot of depth this year, y'all, and we saw that it really impacted them. So I'm expecting Kim Mulkey to land several more big names in this transfer portal coming up. And it's a lot of names to pick from and a lot of players that would love to come to LSU and help them elevate them back to a national championship. You do lose Angel Reese. They got to recruit some more size. I don't know if Del Rosario is ready to make that next jump yet. We got to see, man. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about all this. Where do y'all think Hailey Van Lith will go? Who are some of the players that LSU should be looking for, seeking for, trying to sign in that transfer portal. Y'all holler at me and let me know what y'all think. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.